hunt begins anew. So ends our hunt.
Awake from your unexpected slumber. At first, things seem as before. You're still at Winwood Hall, and Melody is still standing beside the bed. Then you realize that Lord Arden is missing, and so are the flower and the lute you need for the ritual. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. With the lute and the flower missing, the only clue you have is to speak with Melody, the apothecary. Perhaps she can explain this strange turn of events. Melody begins speaking in a familiar voice.
Lord Arden's true name? Of course I know it. But it's for me to know and for you to never get. Now, be a good adventurer and die to monsters in the wilderness. I will make sure.
She cackles as she teleports away. You see creatures milling around near the gate to Winwood Hall. Then you notice that things seem different. This isn't the Feywild. You are trapped inside a dream. You approach a shadowy form that appears to be Lord Arden, reading a note with a worried expression on his face. The figure doesn't notice your presence. You spot movement underneath the bridge. Moving closer, you see a nasty-looking troll guarding the missing loot. Bits of troll and drops of its blood splash into the river as the battle progresses. The bits grow rapidly into new bridge trolls that join the fight. You've recovered Hearsom's loot for the ritual. Inside the magically sealed gazebo ahead floats the frosted cerise you need for the ritual. 3 bears rest outside. Magical talking bears, no doubt. This is the Feywild, after all. You've recovered the frosted cerise for the ritual. You've recovered both the loot and the frosted cerise. Now, where has Melody hidden Lord Arden? You notice a pillar of magical energy streaming from a distant portal. Perhaps that contains the secret. You approach the portal grove, but a pixie flutters into your path.
He said to make sure you didn't make it to him. I won't let you get near them. I won't let him wake up.
The pixie smirks.
You won't get past my friends and me. So long as they are alive, their devotion will sustain me eternally.
A portal opens as the pixie collapses. In his last moments, he says,
You haven't won yet. You still need the true name.
You exit the portal and find yourself in a strange, empty void. Yet that appears to be Lord Arden's resting place ahead. Between you and Lord Arden stands Cadence the Hag. She must have been disguised as Melody the Apothecary the entire time. Cadence prepares for battle.
Thrice damned adventurers never know when they're right. I should have seen that you can't trust the pixie to do a hag's work.
Weakened and battered, Cadence tries to surrender.
All right. That's enough. You need what I have. So then, let's make a deal.
You've reluctantly decided to allow Cadence to live in exchange for Lord Arden's true name. You lay out the ingredients for the ritual and repeat the steps to reverse the curse. First, play the lute. Then, grind up the flower's roots. Last, burn the roots along with Lord Arden's true name. You play a brief melody on Hearsom's lute. You mash the flower's roots into a pulp with little light. You set a small blaze, then drop the crushed roots and Lord Arden's true name into it, completing the ritual. As the smoke rises,
What can I
Lord
do for you,
Arden's
Outlander?
eyes open. He springs out of the bed. Lord Arden thanks you for awakening him from this curse.
What can
He
I do
urges
for
you
you,
to speak with
Outlander?
him back at Winwood Hall in the waking world. A motley group of redcaps guards the gate ahead. It's strange that a noble of the summer court would retain those violent, unpredictable creatures as servants. The sprawling courtyard seems deserted. A lone tower looms ahead. Lord Xavier will likely be found inside. Lady White Lily has requested that you find her a snack. A frivolous request, it seems. Yet, in the Feywild, small promises may have strange consequences. This storehouse is occupied by a very energetic chest.
A word
gapes
I
at
know,
you with a big,
6
toothy
letters
grin
it
and
contains. Removed one letter.
Approach, friends.
and 12
I am
remain.
Riddlelock. Come,
What is it?
let us talk.
A curious tree stands here by itself. A single, brilliantly red apple hangs from one of its branches. You knock the apple from the tree, and it falls at your feet. The tree is not pleased by this. With the Dryad's surrender, the apple drops from the tree like a stone. What can I do for you, Outlander? What can I do for you, Outlander? My part in this story is done. Time to rest. A gnome cowers at the back of this smithy, surrounded by menacing redcaps. Your instincts tell you he won't have long to live unless you intervene.
The tower is true friend asks. None may a true friend may enter.
As you reach for the door, a peculiar dog guards this door, all by itself. Or so it seems. Elaborate guards wearing the garb of the summer court await you in this room. One of them holds up a hand to hail you. Strangers, I would parley before we come to blows. You may step forward in safety to speak. You are faced with an unavoidable battle with your lives. You have chosen to stay close and spare their lives, even at the risk of your own.
Yes, you fool, I'm still here! But your precious gray moss is dead, trusting idiot.
The hag's blade splits into seven little pieces. You'll need to watch closely to see which ones the hag
Think you've caught me? Think you
hag dies, screeching to the last. After a moment, the Viscount rises to his feet and blurts.
Who was that? What's going on? I demand an explanation!
What kind of hoard hides within this little chest?
The party here is in full swing, and Cascading Springs Cottage is clearly the worse for wear for it. A harried housemaid waits on the raucous satyrs. It's surprising to find a large, well-stocked library in a house given over to an endless party. It's even more surprising to find a sphinx sitting in the middle of it. The librarian tells you that you could end the party if you could somehow make it so that Cascading Springs Cottage was no longer Cascading Springs Cottage. Then Lord Arden's deal with the satyrs would no longer apply. Hide it. The lush collection of potted plants suggests that this room is the conservatory. A note next to the sack of seeds reads, Slakeweed. Keep away from sunlight and damp soil. You drop a few of the magic seeds on the ground. Huge weeds burst from the earth, and the thirsty plants quickly drain the moisture from the surrounding soil. Water gushes up from the ground in one corner of the room, forming a large pool. This must be the cascading spring the house is named after. Towering weeds spring up the instant you cast the magic seeds on the ground. The twisting brambles suck up every drop of water nearby, leaving Cascading Springs dry as a bone. This large barrel is marked Flashmoon Powder in large letters. In even larger letters below are the words, keep away from open flame. A satyr calls to you as you enter the courtyard.
Hello there. Welcome to our efforts. Go into the kitchen now and drink it well, everywhere. In the forest.
shower of sparks. The partygoers turn to walk at the spectacle. It's a simple task to remove the sign. The satyrs are still distracted by the recent fireworks. You deftly replace the cottage sign with the sign from the library. Seething with anger, the master of the revels reluctantly agrees to leave.
A deal's a deal, it's true. We'll leave. But nothing in the deal says we can't rip you to shreds on our way out.
The revels have finally ended, and not in the way the satyrs expected.
Our hunt begins anew.
Well met, travelers! A hearty voice calls as you approach. Are you here to help us slay the great beast? It sits menacingly. The night whispers to you. Talk to me about a plan. And gladly, she tells you. More than you'll ever know. Now, bring your courage to the fore. You find your confidence well placed. Spindly legs rise from the dirt, and the windmill lurches forward. Creatures spring up around you, rushing to defend the windmill. The windmill seems undaunted by your weapons and spells. The strange gemstone seems to be protecting this creature from spells and weapons. A creature sporting an unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you. Gemstone seems to be avoiding her. The gemstone cracks, and the windmill shudders. Another gemstone cracks, and the windmill shakes violently. once more. The windmill rumbles deeply, then falls still. The magic that brought it to life seems to have left it.
Thank you.
The old knight says.
Your trust in me brought us victory this day. You've earned a reward.
She continues.
But speak with me if you'd like to help a little further. Somehow, I feel the culprit is still nearby.
His disguise is foiled. The gnome sends his pets forward to attack.
Never again will he pose a threat.
The knight tells you.